UFC 316 Sean O'Malley versus Dvalishvili takes place this weekend. I'm be going through the whole card, give you my prediction for each fight. We're going to start with the first fight of the night and then work our all the way to the main event. The first fight I'm going to be going over is Markel Medeiros versus Mark Chonaski, something like that. I'm going to go with Markel Medeiros by 28-29 decision. Don't really know too much about these two guys, so yeah, we're just going to move on. Next we got Quitlan how do you say it? It's a Quitlan Sakid or something like that versus Yanal Ashmus. I'm going to go with Quitlan Scotland, or however you say it, Scotland. It's very good, looked very good in his debut, knocked out Ansel Dvalishvili. He did not want to redeem it. Let me talk. There we go. Yanal Ashmus, robbed Trevor Peek in his last fight. The fight before that, he lose to Chris Duncan. I want to say he lost to Chris Duncan. And then he beat somebody else. He's actually not that bad, but I think these odds are kind of crazy. But Quitlan Scotland's just going to be too much. Or if you say it, Scotland, it's going to kill me, whatever. I have Quitlan by second round knockout. Let's go second round knockout over Yanal Ashmus. But, nah, never mind. That's too risky. We're going to continue up. Jakaya Sargia versus Ju Sang Yu. I'm going to go with Ju Sang Yu. So Jakaya Sargia, whatever you say his name, this guy lost to Ansel Dvalishvili. This guy's straight dog shit, so there's no way I'm picking him. And he also lost to Weston Wilson. Yeesh. And then Ju Sang Yu, this was the guy who was on the Dana White Looking for a Fight. I saw that video. This is the guy that they signed, the Asian guy who got 31 years old, however old he is. Got that really quick knockout, so I expect them to do the same thing here. First round TKO for Ju Sang Yu. If Ansel Dvalishvili is knocking you out, you're getting knocked out. We're going to continue up. Arana De Silva versus Wong Kang. I'm going to go with Wong Kang. She could lose. With Wong, she had that big, huge loss for no reason, when she was like a minus 1,000 favorite. But, I think Wei Kong gets it done. She's better than these bitches. Wayne Kong, 30-27 decision. Continue up. Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. So y'all saw my last prediction video. I picked Andreas Gustafsson. This one I'm very 50-50 on. I'm going to go Andreas Gustafsson. He's been preparing for this. Who was Chaos supposed to fight? Chaos was supposed to fight Ross Medic, something like that. I think Chaos Williams was supposed to fight. His fight fell out. Gustafsson, I forgot who he was supposed to fight. That guy fell out, so they're fighting each other now. I think Gustafsson's going to be too much. He's going to put him away, which is hard to do against Chaos. I know it's a crazy take. No. I'm going to go 29-28 decision for Gustafsson. I think he's just going to be too much for him on the feet. He's going to put him away. Not put him away, but, outstrike him, outland him in the pocket. But I could just see Chaos catching him too, but I'm going to trust my gut and go Gustafsson. Continue up. Sergey Spivak versus Wild Cortez Acosta. Sergey Spivak. I'm going with him. I'm going with Sergey. Wild Cortez Acosta, he's just a fat heavyweight. And so is Sergey a little, but he's kind of, look at him, he's kind of in shape. And Sergey also, he doesn't lose to this level of heavyweight. He'll lose to Tom. He'll lose to Volkov, Gaunt, the usual guys. Blades, he'd probably lose to. The usual top heavyweights he'll lose to. But he'll beat up on the big fats. So that's how most of the heavyweight guys are in that, 8 to 10 range. If they're better than the fat. They're king of the fatties, basically. And he's one of the kings of the fatties, so I have him win this by... I'm going to go submission. Third round submission for Sergey Spivak. Azamat Murzakanov versus Brinson Ribeiro. He just got knocked out. What? Didn't this guy just get knocked out? Or no, did he beat? No, he beat the fucking Kazakhstan guy that, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. He was fighting. He was like, y'all know what I'm talking about. That guy, he just beat him. And then Azamat Murzakanov, a lot of KOs. Nothing's gonna be different. He's KOing Brinson Ribeiro. I don't need to break down anymore. It's first round KO. Continue up. Joshua Van versus Bruno Silva. Bro, Joshua Van's not losing. The only person he's ever gonna lose to is Charles Jordan. No, who would he fight? I forget the kid's name. It was like Charles something, but he lost to him. Like, that's just a horrible style matchup for Van. I think he's gonna beat Bruno Silva, and he's gonna continue up, and continue on his title run. 30-27 decision. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Y'all, do not let Luque's last fight fool you. I still don't know if he has it. Like, that brain bleed still might be affecting him. I have no idea. It's because he finished, who was it? Thimba Garimbo. He finished him so quickly. Like, I don't know, like, if he still has that. Like, against Buckley, he just shelled up. Like, he folded to nothing. That was weird. And I don't see this fight. Like, I don't know. Like, you didn't show me enough in the Thimba Garimbo fight that you still got it. So I'm going to assume that you still don't. So I think Kevin Holland is going to beat him over the head with that 45-70. Yeah, 45-70. He's going to beat him over the head with it. Should probably take him out when he's on the ground with the 45-70. Go find Rampage in the crowd. Take Rampage out. Keep going. He's going, oh my God, Kevin Holland's on a spree. You can't stop this man. Get that 45-70 away from him. Something like that. Second round KO. Kevin Holland. Continue up. Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. So I knew of Patchy Mix before this, obviously. Like, I follow MMA. I know who Patchy Mix is. I watched his one fight versus Magomed Magomedov. I know. Crazy last name. Crazy name in general. He beat him, and then I rewatched his fight versus, who was it? Pettis, and then Magomedov the first time. And what I noticed about Patchy Mix, he's really creative with his grappling. So I'll give you an example. He'll use submissions in order to get that sounds crazy, I know. And you use submissions in order to get position, but when Magomedov would, at least in the first fight, he would shoot in Patchy Mix would pull guillotine, but he was using it trying to flip him over, and if he couldn't flip him over, he was just so smart. I don't know why more guys don't do this when they're pulling the guillotine. They realize they're not gonna get it, because I feel like with the guillotine, kinda. Whether you have it in or not. You can feel it. You can still have the grip, but oh shit, this is slipping. And I feel I don't know why more guys don't do this. He sits up, Patchy Mix is ready, so that way when the guy pops out, right, the guillotine, you're grappling I'm sitting up, you're sitting up in a 50-50 position, as opposed to I'm on my back, your head slips out, now I'm on my, you see. So smart of Patchy, he's a smart grappler. Mario Batista is a little bitch who likes to hold people against the cage, but Mix is way too big. Put this in perspective. Patchy Mix is the same height as Sean O'Malley. They're both 5'11". So Patchy Mix he's tall and he has a way better frame than O'Malley. So I see him beating Mario. Tough day for MMA Lab. Continue up. How does he beat him? I think he knocks him out, actually. I think he knocks out Mario. I'm going to say that. I'm going to go third round knockout for Patchy Mix. Continue up. Kevin Gastelum versus Big Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer's winning this, man. I don't know if Kevin Gastelum has it anymore. He had that war with Adesanya. I rewatched that fight before. But, dude, I saw that video. I started dying laughing. The missing weight with Kevin Gastelum. That was, the funniest shit. And he was just, being morbidly obese. And then, Yeah, Joe Pyfer wants to become champ still, so I don't know. Second round KO. Continue up. Ooh, Julia Pena versus Kayla Harrison. This is one of the few. Let me make this very clear. This is one of the very few women MMA fights I'm actually excited for. Even if, because like if Kayla wins, she gets to fight Amanda Nunes, which I think would be a fun. Like that would actually be like I'm engaged for that. Like I'm locked in for that fight. But yeah, I think Kayla Harrison's gonna win. I mean, look at it. She's a man, bro. I think she'll win the fourth round. Like she beats up on Pena. Pena can't take any more and she'll lose. But fuck it, look at her, dude. She's a fucking man. Like, yeah. Fourth round KO. Kayla Harrison. TKO. Like the ground and pound. The main event. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm going with Sugar Sean. Put down the pitchforks. Put down the pitchforks. Let me explain myself. I rewatched the Merab fight, and I believe Sugar when he says his hip injury was bothering him. I watched the entire fight. He threw one lead teep the entire fight. Sorry, one teep with his left leg. In the first round, he threw none in the second, threw maybe two in the third. It was like a half one and then like a full one. And he threw one in the fourth, like a half one in the fourth. And then he threw like 5 or 6 kicks with his lead leg. So he tore his like lumbar, or he tore something in his hip. And basically, like I looked up, it's hard to like pick up your leg and rotate it because of the injury that he had. It's hard to like lift it up and like, but you can still balance on it decently well and like throw other kicks off the other side off it. So that's why he probably still did the fight in the first time, but he basically didn't have lead leg kicks at all, which is huge for O'Malley. If you watch his fights, he loves to come in where he usually does it from the other stance, but he'll do it sometimes. So like he'll be an orthodox, and then he'll switch stances by throwing a teep. He'll throw a teep, and then that's his new stance, like the foot that came forward. He'll do that a lot in his fights. And you have to ask yourself this in rematches. Who can do better from the first fight? Merab pitched a shutout, in my opinion, in the first fight. He could not have done anything any better. O'Malley, there's way more to improve. There's just Merab could have won on all the rounds, okay, like, there's like the gap for Merab to get better, like in the rematch is this big. The gap for O'Malley is like this big. There's just way more room for O'Malley to improve in their second fight. And he's not hurt, I believe, and he cut out a bunch of shit. No more, he said, no more jerking off, no more smoking weed, no more streaming, no more social media, no more anything. He was locked in on Merab. And here's the thing about Merab. He had the fight with Umar, which is true. That whole time, O'Malley was just thinking, Merab. People said he shouldn't get this title shot. I'll say this about Sean. He does have some Dana White privilege, but I don't think it's as bad as people think. I just think he gets really lucky with his circumstances. Like, who is there for Merab to fight right now? Corey now, yes, because he got the win over Figueiredo, but before that win over Figueiredo, it was coming off a loss to Umar. Merab already beat Umar. Who else is ranked? Peter Yan. No, you can't do that fight because Yan lost so badly the first time. So Peter Yan's off the table. Who else is like Song Yadong? Like that's what I'm saying. That's who we're looking at getting the title shot. It's like Song Yadong coming off a win off Cejudo. So it's like, would you rather have an O'Malley rematch or like Song Yadong? Give me O'Malley rematch. Like I'm sorry, like. Yeah, it's not deserved, kind of whatever, but I don't really care. I like Sugar Sean. He's fun to watch. Like I want people who are fun to watch to be champs. Like it's kind of weird with MMA. There's this fine line of like, you can get away with some like you can't really, but like you kind of can get away with a lot of privileged stuff. Like they're giving him a style shot. Nobody really cares. Some people care. That's the thing. Let me rant about this for a little bit. People were like, oh, Sugar Sean shouldn't get the title shot. Then who else? Like, nobody ever offered, like, it wasn't like, okay, perfect. It's not like fucking dumbass Yair getting the title shot when there's clearly a contender in every level right there. No, Sugar Sean shouldn't get it. Who should? I don't know. Sugar Sean should have rematched Yan, but who's Marab gonna fight? Can't be Sugar Sean. Like, that's why they had to. So that's what I'm saying. Sugar Sean's lucky. It's because he tore his hip, so it means he was gonna be out because of surgery. So by the time and it's if Umar won, now you had all these options. You could do a Peter Yan matchup. You had a lot more options. So I'm not completely mad about him getting a title shot here. I'm gonna be honest. Hopefully he wins, but yeah, I'm picking Sugar Sean to win. I just think he has way more he can improve upon. I think he's gonna mess him up with those teeps. He always throws a ton of teeps. He didn't really. It's probably because of the torn labrum in his. I think it's the labrum. I forget, in his hip. Something in his hip he tore. But yeah, I got O'Malley by decision. Oh, that's the other thing I want to say. O'Malley, Merab's cardio is not as big a factor against O'Malley, because even with the torn hip and all that, O'Malley still won the 5th round. It wasn't like Merab out cardioed him. His cardio was too much against O'Malley. Merab must forget O'Malley is also believe it or not, he's a steroid user. He's a fellow EPO user. So your EPO magic is not going to work here, Merab. And so I think Sugar Sean's going to get it done. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that's about it.